part of our ongoing discussion on relationship reconciliation and healing, today I am glad to present to you one of the secrets of a fruitful, productive, and fulfilling relationship. This secret is called a relationship with herself. Yes, you heard me right. A relationship with herself. Every human person has a relationship with himself or with herself. And relationship here is understood as a connection that one has with oneself. The quality of one's relationship with oneself determines to a large extent the quality of one's relationship with others. If one's relationship with oneself is healthy, one would most likely have a healthy relationship with other people. For instance, to effectively love someone, you must necessarily love yourself. To effectively accept people and trust them, you must be able to accept yourself and trust yourself, because you cannot give what you do not have. This explains why those who have unhealthy relationship with themselves will struggle with having a healthy relationship with others. This relationship with the self is hinged on three factors, what I will call the three pillars of relationship with the self. The first is self-awareness, the second is self-acceptance, and the third is self-preservation. These pillars are so important because without them, a relationship with the self will be so difficult, if at all possible. And they are so interconnected that the success of one gives rise to the success of the other. For instance, success in self-awareness will give rise to success in self-acceptance. But if self-awareness is faulty, one would have difficulty accepting oneself because you cannot accept what you do not know. And when self-acceptance is lacking or faulty, self-preservation becomes difficult because you cannot preserve what you do not accept. Self-awareness is the foundation upon which the remaining two are built. We will not be able to treat these three pillars extensively in one video. So because of that, we are going to do two other videos, one on self-acceptance and the other on self-preservation. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel and our other platforms and turn on the notification so that when we make other videos, we'll be able to be part of this journey. So this video will focus on self-awareness, and for easy understanding of self-awareness, we are going to treat it under 4 subtopics. The first is what is self-awareness. The second is what is the purpose of self-awareness. The third is the tools of self-awareness. And the fourth is the challenges of self-awareness. Self-awareness is a conscious knowledge of the identity, the value, the purpose, the feeling, and the actions of an individual. Self-awareness further inquires into what gives rise to the feelings. It doesn't stop at naming the feelings. It goes further to mention the factors responsible for the feeling. Self-awareness doesn't stop at you identifying the feeling of being loved. It goes further to give you reasons why you have the feeling. Reason of the fact that one is willing to make sacrifices for you, one is almost always available and is in effective communication with you, one accepts you for who you are, one does not judge nor condemn you, and one enjoys your presence. It will go a step further by making you understand how your feelings give rise to your actions. For instance, the feeling of being loved will give rise to your readiness to make sacrifices for the beloved. The primary purpose of self-awareness is quality living. This is because knowledge of the self would make one discover the strengths and the weaknesses or the struggles that one has. This knowledge will further help you in building on your strength, accepting your struggles and facing them with courage, and also working on them to become a better person. It will help us understand that we are not in competition with others. It will lead to a more productive yet collaborative relationship with people. When we collaborate, we help each other to become better. Self-awareness will also help us in building our self-esteem. That way, we'll be able to know that you are not a piece of garbage. You are a bundle of talents. You are gifted. Knowledge of one's struggles would also make one to be humble, because you realize that after all, I am not perfect. And it will help us bear with the weaknesses of others. So that since I am not perfect, since I have struggles, other persons have struggles. And if I'm in touch with my struggles, it will help me identify with their struggles as well. Self-awareness would help us understand, appreciate the wonder of our being, the wonder of our creation. It will make us understand the powers we have and how to use them effectively to influence outcome and become better decision makers. It will also help us reduce the possibility of gullibility. If you know who you are, then you will not just fall for anything that comes your way. Self-awareness will be able to make you make distinction between facts and fallacies. Tools are devices or instruments used for ease and efficiency in carrying out particular functions. So what are the tools necessary for this self-awareness? I divided these tools into two. The first is what I classify as personal tools. The second is external tools. Personal tools are the capacity of the individual capacity to desire to make this journey. The first tool is the desire, the acceptance of the need for this journey. The second is the openness to accept the discoveries that will be made in the process of this journey, as well as the openness to accept feedback from people, whether good or bad. Another important personal tool is reflection, meditation, and journaling. Socrates says that an unexamined life is not worth living. Many of us make the same mistake over and over again because we do not take time to reflect. So if you want to truly understand who you are and why you do the things you do, you need to take time daily to reflect on your actions and the factors responsible for your actions. External tools are feedbacks we get from family members, friends and colleagues, spouses. These feedbacks are so important because they come from people who have observed the pattern that informs or forms our actions, our reactions, as well as our inactions. So people who have observed you over time and would say, this happened, you reacted this way, this happened, you reacted this way. with the data available to them, they could make some informed opinion. They could give some feedback saying, if this has led to this and this has happened over time, it's most likely this is that. That way, it will bring to your consciousness the factors that trigger certain actions or reactions from you. Another external tool is psychology, or we group them other academic disciplines. These academic disciplines are tools that give us insight into scientific and social experiments on human behavioral patterns carried out over a period of time by specialists in their field. That way gives us an insight into the possible causes of certain actions and reactions and the possible consequences of certain actions and reactions. What are the challenges of self-awareness? Number one challenge is the lack of the disposition to embark on this journey. Many persons do not think it's important to embark on this journey. They rather want to float. They would want to swim in this endless ocean of illusion. Another challenge is the lack of disposition or capacity to accept feedbacks, especially negative feedback from people. No person is perfect. And until we make peace with our struggles, they remain with us. The final challenge is misinformation. When some feedbacks are not objective, they could also mislead. So in all, self-awareness is something that you cannot do without if you want to live productive lifestyle. How committed are you to embark on this journey? Have you started this journey of self-awareness? If you have not started, you could start it today. Knowledge of the self would solve more than 30% of the challenges you are facing right now, because it will make you understand why you do the things you do, how you do the things you do, and possibly how to become a better person. So for other videos on self-acceptance and self-preservation, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the notification, like and share so that many persons get on board, so that together we can continue this journey which we have started.